Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Smart Poker YouTube channel and another episode of Humpdazed number 42. As always with me is my trusty sidekick, Smart Poker, and welcome to the Smart and Crispy Show. That was a mouthful. I got a little twisted. Let's all get twisted.
I noticed. Look at our screen. I wonder if they're seeing the same crazy.
Oh, they are. They are.
Wow. I think my camera's starting to go kaput.
It really could be.
We'll find out. Yeah, thanks, everybody. Appreciate you coming and hanging out and unwinding with us here. Definitely a middle of the week sort of week that we need that, huh? Let me get the link up there so you guys can come. I got this fat blunt rolled. Be more than happy to share it with you.
Yeah, we're gonna smoke down with you, Small Tubes, Art Man, Seed Person 1, Chiba Man, how you doing? Keep it real. For Monster Groves, how you doing? Rowdy's in the house. Awesome. All of our friends are here. Collective Mary Jane, Vermonster Grows. Did I say Vermonster Grows?
Yeah, Vermonster Grows trying to build up his channel. So
yeah. Click on Vermonster Grows. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and set your reminders for when they go live and put out that awesome content. Hey, Weed Nerd, DWC. Good to see you. It's nice to have all our friends here. Fire up that blunt.
Yeah, I got coffee and a blunt. Long day of sand and drywall and priming. And I'm spent. From the waist up, I'm spent. Oh. What else do we have for flushing? I've been hearing people talking about flushing a lot lately. So I put that poll up there. And I know a lot of people actually grow in soil, so they don't want to flush, for obvious reasons. They reuse their soil, but I'm curious about the people in salts. And I'll say, for us in our house, we don't really see much of a difference by not flushing. I guess it's, there's no control. I'm doing air quotes. There's no control. But let me see here. Something's going on.
Well, I'd like to say that if we're lucky, and I hope we are, that Seed Spouse will be watching or in the chat for her first time. So we are going to keep an eye out for her and give her all the love that she deserves. That's going to be pretty awesome. And I wanted to tell you, Smart Poker, Keep It Real needs a wrench so that they can share.
I'm coming.
Yeah. Hi, hello, Iceni. Good to see you back.
Oh,
it's nice.
There's
Chiba Man, Art Man. It's good to have you.
How y'all doing?
Oh, we're doing great. How are you?
Overgrown.
That's a good problem to have.
Hey, Chiba Man.
That shit's crazy, man. How you guys? How's the family? How y'all doing?
Good.
Oh, we're doing great. And we're doing even better getting to see that beautiful garden of yours.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. And wait, most important, look at these. If I get this up.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Let me put you in the big screen. I was busy giving dude a wrench.
Yeah, go ahead, do you?
Oh, no, turn your phone sideways if you can, buddy. I always forget myself.
Boy, those roots are looking healthy.
Much better.
Nice.
Well, they're coming back quick, aren't they?
Yes, indeed. That's one. Let me check the other one.
They got nice color back in them. Remember how light
indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, night and day.
Looking much better, and they're getting green now. My plants are... Everything's green.
It's so beautiful. The color's very lush. Your plants are really healthy.
Right back. Remember, it was all yellowy last week?
Oh, yeah.
My petioles are still purple, but that's okay. My stems are... I got striped stems. I just noticed that.
I get that a lot, too. I don't think that's always considered a deficiency. I don't know. I'm not sold on it being a deficiency.
I don't think so either. But
yeah,
my hippie buckets are going out freaking crazy. Outstanding. It's the little babies. I got to put these in the final pots this weekend. 2 and 2 gallons.
They really
These things are awesome. I got to go to work, of course, but I just want to come and show you guys the progress. And that, of course, I'm way overgrown. I'm out of the tent already.
Full house, no doubt.
So Again, still work. I'm taking forever to build the freaking light. Well, I've already got everything done. I'm just sleeping is what it is, because I come home, do a little bit, and go right to sleep. That's what it is.
Right, man. You're busy working
I know.
hard.
And every
Gotta
time I
get good
wake up, I
rest.
got to do a little work in here, and it's going to be bigger by morning. I know it.
Do I see a Batman hanging from
Oh,
your
yeah.
tent? I really like
Indeed.
that.
Indeed, that's the Cape Crusader. He's on guard. I had to take.
my
I
go
took the.
tent too.
I
Fun.
had to take the. Well, who's him? That is. Oops. I had to take my man out because he had nowhere to stand. He can't hide under the forest. All right, guys. Just want to show you what I had. Okay, going to work.
Well, we really appreciate you taking the time and stopping in to show us your plants. They're absolutely
doubt.
beautiful.
No doubt. I also want to show my boy Keep It Real because we in touch. We're in the same area, so I want to show him what I had too as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we just gave him a wrench. He's here.
Yeah, that's
Indeed. That's my boy. All right,
Right.
then. I'm out. Going to work. Later, guys.
Be
Well, I'll be
safe.
downstairs to chat until it's time
Later.
to go. All right.
That is awesome. I just wanted to say hi to D Gross some Booth. How are you doing? Crazy woman in the house. Gabby Hayes. Hello. Ganja Ghost. Chronic Rose. Toasties Burn. Dog Pounds. It's nice to have all you guys here. It's cool. Like visiting family.
Here's our buddy C person coming on. Hey, I got you on the big screen, Cheeb. I see Jack Greenstock. I see a flag flying. I see some.
I like that tapestry you have in the background. That's beautiful.
That's mine.
That's pretty
Beautiful.
cool. I see the press ready to rock and roll. Is that a carving on the left? Is that like a big?
That's that wax. That's a wax sculpture.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is that for like the lost wax method of pouring bronze?
Yeah.
Get the
Yep.
fuck.
That's wow.
That's what it was. Well, I didn't cast it naturally. That's wax, but that thing would be probably $15,000 to cast or something stupid.
Oh yeah, man.
It's crazy. Yeah, it is. Anyway.
Yeah, that's
Well,
cool.
it's very cool. Very cool.
I've only ever seen that on TV, the lost wax casting process. I think the Egyptians and shit or somebody like used that. If I could, maybe not that.
Greeks, that goes way back.
Yeah, okay. Maybe
Browns, yeah. It's way back.
That's pretty cool. What's up, C person? How you living, man?
I'm good. How are y'all doing? What's up, Art man?
Hey, man.
We're having a great time
Yep.
hanging out with all our friends. I see Thunder Dan in the chat. It's great to see you. I feel like long time no see. I miss you, buddy.
Yeah.
James, how you doing?
Yeah, you're right. It feels like I haven't seen Thunder Dan in a while. I know he gets busy. He's a self-employed as well. And this is the time of year when a bunch of people want their shit fixed. I guess
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all the time. Oh,
Yeah.
the heat waves, the cold spells.
Yeah.
It's always,
Yes, always something. Always something.
yeah, man. That's the 12-ton presses or 10-ton, isn't it?
Well, that's a 12. You talking to me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 12 pound. Yeah. Or 12 ton, 12 pound. Yeah. It's a dab press.
Messing around there.
You know, if I ever buy another press, I'm going to spend the money and or I'd like to spend the money and have someone install if they could a pressure gauge. I'd really think that's I don't want to say it, an integral part of the pressing process.
Right. Like ours doesn't
Like
have
that thing right there.
Yep.
This is a pressure gauge.
That's
Yeah.
what I need, man, because I'm
yeah,
blowing them out.
that's the one thing. Like if we could go back and do it again, we would definitely get a press with a pressure gauge
Yep.
on it. We often said that we may have screwed up there, but you know.
Hey, they got a new thing on here, and they changed some shit on YouTube again. You know, it's asking me. I tried to give that dude a wrench, and it said, "Do you want to make them a standard moderator or some other kind of moderator?" And that's the first time that's ever come up.
All
Oh,
these
new stuff.
Standard, standard moderator or managing moderator? Now, what's that mean?
You're gonna have to look it up first, figure out what it is.
It's probably a moderator that can moderate the other moderators.
Or something. Yeah, it's got some kind
And
of
then
super
you're the top
moderator.
moderator.
All right.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a
Special
different-
powers.
I wonder if there's a different color wrench or anything crazy.
Well, why don't you give me the super moderator when we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll start.
Hey, you better like make someone co-host in case things go sideways on us. It's best to be prepared.
Good point.
You watch, you'll probably eject me out or something.
Oh, geez, we don't want to do that. But if that happens, it's accidental. And
Yeah, I can come back.
You know, that happened before. We did that to
Gigi.
Camp with Gigi, and then we couldn't get him back in then. Like
Yeah, it said you can't let somebody in that you kicked out until you start a new show. And I was thinking, oh man.
They're like, make up your mind.
Yeah, well,
That's right.
he asked if we could kick him out. He's like, some reason it won't let me out.
He asked us to do it, and we're like, yeah, sure. We didn't know, and then
Yeah.
There's Smiley and the American one, D Gross and Booth, Chronic, Flyby. He said, does it come with a cape super mod? Yeah, I just saw it. I don't know what it means.
Hey, he'll get you a mask, bud. Another one, less scary.
Super mod.
a less scary.
Oh my man.
Everybody go check out Ganja Ghost's Instagram. She has a mask up there that would look super fly on Smut. It's just, when she showed it to me, I was like, yeah, I like it. That's the one I want. I'll be on the lookout.
We never really need any moderators. There's not too many people acting crazy, right?
Right.
I mean, once in a while.
Like when I get that moderator wrench at other channels, I feel like, well, you're handing this thing to the wrong person, because my freedom of speech is pretty strong. You have to be pretty ignorant or being really rude.
That's all it's for. Like the
for
Russian
me to have to,
robots.
Oh, of course.
There you go. The sex trollers and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Give me the power.
I got a wrench over on Let's Be Buds channel, and I was laying in bed watching the show one night, and I dropped my phone and I accidentally timed somebody out for 300 seconds or some shit, and I felt so bad. I was like, y'all take my wrench back, please. I don't know what I'm doing over here.
Oh my God. I can totally relate, because that's happened to me a couple times, right? Like I actually had to apologize and grovel and be like, oh my God, I did not mean to do that.
Yeah, she does it, then throws her phone in my lap. She said,
I just throw my phone at him. I don't know. It must be like a knee-jerk reaction. I've done that like every time.
Fix it, she said. I'm like, oh man. Just give them 300 seconds and tell them you're sorry. That's all. You know what? Everybody has been really cool about it. Like, oh, no problem. I'm like, my fat fingers. And, the keyboard on the phone is really small. And you can just drop it or bump it, and it just does it. So
if they complain, give them another 300 seconds.
That's the great responsibility with that wrench, because I don't want to mess it up,
No, it's all good here. It's a friendly place.
I got this up here.
It makes it nice to be able to, click on people's links, share links, say you saw a cool video today and you think, your buddies in the chat.
Right,
like
it pertains to good training or something like that. Hey, I have this up here for 27 votes now. It says, do you flush for harvest? And we got out of 28 votes, only 29% said yes, 50% say no, 21% say sometimes. And I guess I kind of fall into the sometimes. We do what's a ripen phase, which lowers the nutrients and they'll get a little droopy, but then we usually do run some water through them. But I will say we grow in salts with cocoa, and there's more to this. We don't do it all the time. It depends how the tank comes down, a lot of times we'll be on the ripen phase and we'll realize this one's ready to go now. So we'll chop it down, no flush at all.
And
We
we have
don't-
the time to do it.
And
you
we
know?
don't notice any difference. Then the other ones, like then we'll have like 2 maybe finishing up there at the end, and I'll throw them on straight water just for, I don't know, a reservoir or 2. It's more for habit, maybe.
Sometimes it's for our schedules are not free for a week for us to give the time it takes to sit down.
It's
for
nice
a
just
day
to have that, honestly, just to
know,
keep dumping water in there.
or the can when we had one canatrol, we're like, this has like a few more days to finish the process before we can. So let's run some water through.
But the
before we
second
can
part
take
of
one
this
down.
is the fact that I've been told before, and I kind of understand that, you know, would it be cell biology or plant biology or something like that, to where the plant doesn't really hold nutrients in its buds for like next week later down the road, like it's packing a lunch and shit, man. And then when you come with water, you draw all that out. That's not really how it works. Now, people get confused because your plant does hold nutrients. Like we've all seen it. If you have a deficiency or something, you'll see some yellow lowering. Those are called mobile nutrients. And so there's different things going on there. I don't pretend to understand all of it, but
we're all learning.
Yeah, I don't
as
know.
we go.
I guess I'm still trying to paint that large picture, but that's where I went with that flushing for harvest. Now, it doesn't count for people in soil, obviously, because you want to reuse your soil, whatever. But all right, let me see here. I heard the doorbell. We got Chiba Man back.
Yeah, I wanted to show Tao his blue Goose Bantam cheesequake, and that is doing well.
Awesome.
We'll
We'll
get
put
a
it on
chance to
the
show
big
him.
screen.
And Smiley as well, my garden. That's my man.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
Okay, so Smiley and the American one.
Yeah. But definitely this cheesequake has improved there. Those had the black roots last time, and they did great. Let me get this out here. This thing is branching outstandingly.
Right on. It came back like bell bottoms, man.
Came back great. Yeah, and that's Twisted Roots, Kylo Ren in there. It's also doing good as well. But I just want to make sure I show Tyler his stuff and that it is doing good, bro. This was like almost dead last week.
He loves seeing that. I know he does. He always says it.
And then also overgrown and whatnot, you know.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I show him what I got, what I'm doing with what he's doing. Okay, I'm out again. Just want to let Tyler see what I had. All right, guys.
Right on. We'll see you, Chiba. Collective Mary Jane, as always, nice to see you. How you living?
Hey, D Gross.
Pretty good, everyone.
Good evening. It's nice to see you, Collective Mary Jane. I just want
to see you. Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. D Gerson has a question, and it is a full house better than a flush, and it is. I think, according to the Book of Hoyle, just because I played some, the probability of getting that hand is a little bit more difficult.
A full house definitely always.
Cannabis chat. Yeah. I didn't mean to throw some cards down in there, but
no, it's a good question. The right answer.
I'd like to play some poker with you for money.
I'll
teach you. Lessons aren't free. That's what my dad always told me.
Yep.
Just kidding. We like to keep it friendly.
We'll play Gin Rummy 500. I actually like playing that.
Your garden is looking bigger. It's growing each time we see it. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, I got a couple more flower and I cut down 2. The 9-pound hammers are both down from the solo cup. They're actually
oh yeah, I do remember there being something else. There's one of them hanging.
There's one, the single rod one, and then there's the 3 like pronged one.
Those were both in a solo cup in that tent. I remember.
That's nice. That's a nice harvest off a solo cup.
Oh, wasn't bad.
It's always fun running a solo cup.
Yeah, they're not bad. I actually enjoy them. I might be doing a couple this grow just for the hell of it.
Philly Boy had some really good color change on his, and I was like, oh man, that's nuts.
Who was it that grew that big monster one? That was
oh my, it was in a challenge, a solo cup challenge, and I can't.
It was just recently. They're from Texas. Shit. We see so many people.
Lone Star Larf?
No, it wasn't Lone Star Larf. It was Oh man, I feel like a dick.
It wasn't Texas Weed Hog.
I know who you're talking about. It
Who
was,
was it, man? They had that little 3x3 tent or that little short stubby tent. It was
oh,
oh
maybe I don't know who you're talking about.
yeah, because they had their real name and they said, you know me as
Oh,
remember. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. I can't think of it. All right, I'm gonna take the
XYZ.
nope. I'll think of it. It's
That's a
a
different
very
name.
regular person too. And that's what makes me feel like shit. It's just so many people. You start to lose track of the grows, you know.
we have this stoner mind too going on. Like we'll be laying in bed later and Smart will be like, I remember who it was.
Yeah. I think it starts with the S. So it was 34 votes and no got about half on the flush.
That's cool. That's cool to know. You
Yeah.
know, it's just neat to know what other
I think a
growers
lot
are
of people
doing.
do it to save newts in our situation. I think a lot of people do it because they just think it helps, you know. I guess
Well-
when you're ingrained for so long to think that you're helping when you do that, it's just, you know, I don't want to call it bro science, but because it kind of cascade on someone that might do it. And that's not the whole point. The point is I think oftentimes the flush is pushed because it's such a misunderstanding of how the plant actually works, you know. Like someone was saying, if I know we always say you can't really compare indoors and outdoors, but if you have a plant growing outside, it's not getting flushed right before you harvest it. So what do you do then? You know what I mean? Does that mean and outdoors,
Yeah,
outdoors
it's-
all
It's hard not to make that.
Well, I
mitigation.
mean, some people I've heard say it simulates the rainy season in fall. I don't know if that's a thing or not. I know it's not necessary really, unless your plants are over salted.
it will make it harder to trim too, because they lose all the turgor pressure in our situation, you know, with cocoa, and they just get all droopy and
Oh.
sad looking. And then, you know, if you don't get to them pretty quick, you're kind of like using the scissors to pop the leaves up and
they
then cut
stick-
them. You
they
know what I
stick
mean?
Down onto the buds. and it
Everybody
just
knows
is-
that.
It's just difficult. At that point, you might as well just hang it and just let it dry. You know,
Yeah.
The other thing I heard was that it's a stressor for the plant and causes a defense reaction. I don't know if this is true either, and creates a terpene profile at the end.
I believe in precision stressors, man. I really do.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Crispy.
No,
no, that's
That just popped
that's
into
a
my
good
head.
point. I think Smart and I have often talked about that. Just stressors like the dryback stressor.
I believe in the dry back stressor. I don't know why. I believe in it. I think if you dry back in the right time, which they say week 7, I don't know. I just think if you dry back a little bit later in flower, you're going to get some something out of it. I don't call me crazy. Maybe it's just a feeling, you know. But there's other shit that I don't believe in. I don't believe stripping all leaves off my plants helps me at all. I just don't. Some people might hold that to be very truthful, you know, but everybody's got a different method, right?
And if you recall, when we first started growing, we flushed every harvest there for
Yeah.
the first 10, maybe.
And it just became like a habit.
Because it was a habit. People
Did you buy flushing agents?
We used Flora Clean. Yeah.
There you go.
And we would
I wonder
run-
how much that sells a year.
I don't know how they got me for a good bid. I feel like a sucker, but you know what I mean? They ain't the first person that got me. Wait till I tell you what Subway did to me. I'm
Oh,
still
my.
upset about that. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Collective. Go ahead and talk to us about your garlic there.
Oh no, I'm down to hear what Subway did to you. I used to work for them.
Oh, no.
I want to hear it, man. Come
Man,
on.
they got old smart.
Oh, Smart
Yeah.
was real upset. but-
Livid is what I was. And they got me. They got me good is what they did. They got the perfect business model over at Subway. So see if you guys can follow me here. I ordered 2 subs on the app, Subway app on my phone. I jump in the wagon, drive down there. I get there. They said, we don't have any meatballs to make you the meatball foot long. And I don't have the cheese for the other one. And I'm like, you know what? Damn, man. I was like, just give me a refund. I'm good. I was like, I'll stop somewhere else and grab something. And the girl was like, well, I'm new here. I'm here by myself. She was like 16. And she's like, I don't know how to do the refund. She goes, but I can take your number and leave it for my manager for tomorrow. We did that, right? So the manager never called me. I stopped in, like 2 days later or whatever. And I asked about it, and they said, well, look, you have to contact the app. We're a franchisee, blah, blah, blah. They're the ones that have to get a hold of you. No big deal. So I come back home, I get on the app, I click on contact, Subway. Well, they give you a phone number. I called the phone number and it says, for your convenience, we've moved all altercations, or however you want to put it, contact, to online only. No one's here to pick up the phone. And so when you go online to file a complaint, it says, give me your receipt number and shit. And that wants all this stuff. I didn't have a receipt because I never finished my order, right? So it told me, you can't submit this unless you fill in all required fields, like all the information. But I couldn't because of my situation. So I called back down there and I asked the girl, I was like, look, I'm like just running in circles here. What, they give you a number, you call the number, they tell you to go back to the website. So anyhow, the girl told me, I can't tell you who my boss is, because I said, who's your manager? And she's like, I can't tell you that. I was like, that's not how this works, man. I was like, you're in a customer service industry, you know what I mean? And she's like, nope, I can't tell you. I said, who's the franchisee owner? I said, that should be public knowledge. She goes, I'm not allowed to tell you that or their phone number. I've been told directly not to do that. I'm like, man, you guys got a really good system. You take the money, but there's no way to give it back. And it just had me mad. Like I was thinking, I don't know, it was a long day and I was pretty pissed off. I wanted my subs, Isn't that some shit?
Long story short, he contacted the bank and put a stop to the payment
Yeah.
to the Subway. The bank let us at least do that, which was pretty cool. I didn't think that would happen.
Yeah.
And so it did work out,
I
What
can't
a
believe
mess.
Yeah, I was like, damn, sandwich. I like their sandwiches.
But I just thought, like, I'm using the wrong business model. I need to set it up to where once people pay me, it doesn't matter what happens. You ain't getting your shit money back, you better stop payment on that, on whatever it is. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of stupid, but that shit had me upset the other
I'm
night.
sure what happens is it kicks it to whatever corporation and then they set the refund from there and mail it to you or whatever. But to leave you hang like that and just not to give your money, like hold it.
Yeah, I mean,
felt
I'm
like they were holding it hostage, even though it was a small amount. It's the principle of it. It's just,
I'm beat, man. That's all it is. They got me.
it was unfortunate.
It's cool. Maybe someday
She
I'll
fooled
work.
me once. Shame on you. You can't be fooled again.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Hey, someday maybe I'll stop in, order 2 meatball hoagies and tell them I forgot my wallet in the car and just leave. And say, there you go. Now we're even. Lunch on me, workers.
So the song Karma Police is playing in my head.
Yeah, they're karma. Who am I to mete out
Who-
justice, right?
Yeah, that's a whole other topic and a whole other show.
Yeah, all right. Now we'll go back to Collective Mary Jane. You heard my weak Subway story. They owe me 20 bones or whatever it was.
Oh, you're good. Me and Philly Boy were just talking about starting to grind your gears kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Grind those gears. Sometimes that's fun.
Nobody puts baby in the corner. That's
Oh.
right. Huh?
Oh yeah, that's
I
it.
mean, I can understand, but they could have handled it a little different.
I should have told them, be advised. I'm mean, nasty, and tired. Right there.
That's what you should have said. For sure, 100%.
I ate concertina wire for breakfast and pissed napalm.
Sometimes it is very difficult to go out in public and be nice to everyone so that you don't have to, beat yourself up at the end of the night. Did I treat that person badly?
Yeah.
I always end up paying for that. So I'm always, for selfish reasons, try to just be nice to everybody, no
It's
matter
not
what.
easy.
And some people make it so difficult. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, when they're driving, I say
Yeah,
the most
I'm
horrible
driving.
shit about people in their cars that are driving around me.
Oh,
I don't say it to their face, but I say shit about people's driving. That's about the
driving
only
in the
time.
city. And driving in the city is the worst, man. It is, especially on like the Beltway. It's white knuckle,
And
man.
it's the worst city in the world to drive in. I swear. Like this, there are signs that are up under bridges. If you're not looking straight up, you're missing that exit.
See, because of all the rivers, Pittsburgh wasn't set up in a grid pattern. So you can get caught up on a road that'll take you all the way to the other side of the river. It'll take you literally. Then the way that you got to come back is through a tunnel and all this other crazy shit. And you can literally miss one exit and you got like 45 minutes to get back just to there. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God. So you really have to, it's crazy. They got shit coming in at weird angles and it's messed up, man.
It
for real.
is. But it is a beautiful city. If you tour it from a bicycle, it's really amazing.
It is.
They have
Collective Mary Jane would know. Probably been to Pittsburgh more than once on Collective.
I actually haven't been to Pittsburgh.
Really? Oh, it's a great city. You'll have to
it
come check
really
it out.
is a great city.
It's blue collar Steelers here. People are very nice to take you right in, give you a beer or something to eat, whatever, you know. It's a wonderful, there's bad neighborhoods, but it's a great city. It really is.
That's nice.
It's like a small town, but a big city, if that makes sense. There's a whole bunch of little, you got like South Side and Squirrel Hill and all these different little towns that make up Pittsburgh. And it's pretty cool. You go from one neighborhood, it'll be all Italians. Literally you go 6 blocks and it's all Germans. And then you go another 6 blocks and it's Polish Hill. You know, it's pretty wild. But yeah, I love my city. They're calling it Pittsburgh. Oh, that's messed up.
Just in Wilkinsburg or Wilkinsburg.
Wilkinsburg, yeah,
To the
man.
out of towners. Stay out of
I
Wilkinsburg.
posted a picture.
We call it Wilkinsburg.
Yeah, it's called Wilkinsburg, but we all say Wilkinsburg. It's I posted a picture on Instagram. They actually have signs in their yards. You know how people put up signs for like re-elect so and so, those little signs they put in their yard. It says stop shooting, we love you. And it's because like every day someone's getting shot at or killed or maimed or whatever. They just buried a couple cops down there, man. It's fucking crazy. I don't even like going down there to work, you know. You go down there before dark, like I said before, the people run up to your car trying to sell you crack and shit. It's crazy, dude. Like they just put it right in your car. It's in their hand. It's like, holy shit, you know?
Do you ever just take it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Right.
idea.
Yeah, and then you smack their hand, hurry up and drop it in first and rip out of there and just
That's a very small part of the city, and you know it when you're there.
then you
just
get
can
down the road and
see.
realize it's dough
And-
ball anyhow. You almost lost your life for a chunk of dough ball or plasters.
But it is a beautiful city. All the bridges, and
Oh, yep.
it is pretty cool.
But anyhow, back to those are the days, man. The real long time ago days.
Yep.
I was indestructible, right? We all remember those days. Welcome, D.
Oh, yeah.
Get the collective. I've been holding them off forever. Well, let's talk about garlic. You're on mute, buddy. I can't hear anything if you're talking. Is it just me?
Oh yeah, no bad. My headphones, I got a new headphone set, so I'm just trying this one out. The garlic I got, not much going on with it. I think it takes like 6 to 7 months, 7 to 9 months or something like that. So indoor, I'm hoping it's a little quicker. But
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's pretty cool.
a lot of the testers are they're getting switched over. I had a couple males, so I cut them all and killed those off quick. And then the third tent is the let me see if I got this right.
Pick your city picker.
Yeah, my city picker, and then the two Cheesequake Violet Beauregards.
Nice. That's another towel strain. Everybody's growing
Or
towels.
that, yeah, I like to see the Violet Beauregards and how they're growing for you. And they're
See-
beautiful.
Seed person's over there smoking towel shit. We got towel shit in a jar and in the tent. Art man's got the seeds on deck. I'm pretty sure D has some or will eventually if he doesn't already.
That would be
Thank
cool.
you. Thank you, the American one. It is nice to be smoking that fire.
There goes Ross
We
and
can, we
Latte
can all agree.
chasing terps.
Marcus
Yeah.
Green Thumb, how are you? It's good to see you. Cheddar Bob.
Oh, Cheddar Bob's there, yeah. Brian 420.
Yeah.
Hi, seed spouse. How you doing? Seed person is saying she's watching the show.
Oh, is she watching the show? Well, cool.
That's
Cheers
what he
to
says.
Yeah.
Seed Spouse. Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome to have
She's
you.
either watching the show or she's watching TV downstairs. I can't tell, but she was like, "You should put my account on there, and maybe I'll watch it
Hmm.
and see what it's all about." So I was like, "Cool," but I might
Nice.
turn the TV now. So I don't know. I was like,
Much as
don't
Tony.
feel obligated, babe, to do anything, but I love the support. So yeah.
Awesome support.
When I see you though, I consider you like your whole family in on it. Like she's here in spirit along with Scout and Atticus.
Huh. Yeah.
No, Atticus is here with me. He's been following me around all day. But yeah, thank you. That's
Well,
very kind.
Atticus was on Growing with My Fellow
Hey,
Brothers.
she's watching. We got it. She says she is watching. All right.
Oh, there's
Sweet.
We'll get it. Got
That's
her.
awesome.
Get that lady a wrench. Nice.
Well, now I feel like all kind of pressure, don't you?
Oh,
Don't screw it up, Smart.
oh,
Just
right.
kidding.
Let's put it off on the deep and Luke here. How you doing?
She
D?
she better not like Subway.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think so.
We're boycotting Subway here.
Beautiful, beautiful colors, D. Gross and Booth.
Thanks, Crispy. Hey, Smart. How's Chad, everybody?
Hey, D.
This seed person, how you doing? I got a leaf. So, look what I got today.
AirPods.
Yeah,
Nice.
thank you, Coco, for cannabis.
I'm so excited for you. They're so
Thank
awesome.
you.
I was
I was wondering what to like put them on for the leaking stuff because it's a little bigger than this. And I don't know if I could fit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, sorry.
No, you're
Oh,
good.
you're good.
Hey, you
Getting
know-
a call that I can't get. And remind me. Send a voicemail. Okay, am I back? Sorry about that.
Oh,
No,
no,
you're good.
that's, hey, things happen. People need to get a hold of you.
He needs them pans. They're like a green pan they sell from the Hydro Farm is the one that makes them. They're not the cheapest, and I think they only sell them in packs of 10s. But we bought a 10-pack years ago and been using them ever since. And you can raise the bottom, that yellow part. Yeah, there you go. That's what.
Yeah. And
If-
you know what? You see,
You got
it's
it
got
up?
some, it's up off of there
But they
anyway.
will reach.
They will. They'll grow down if you leave it. You have to just, if you empty them regularly, you shouldn't have a problem.
That's cool.
What are you putting in there? Cocoa or soil?
Soil, peat
Okay.
base.
Well, shit. You're only gonna get, you're
The
only gonna
thing
run-
is, my concern is I think I could only get one of these in my veg tent. Like one of these catch trays. Don't kill anything there by accident. See that? That was
Uh-oh.
close. Yeah. Tipping shit over. Having fun. All right. So that's my concern. I'll figure something out. But
Right
I'd
on.
like to stick them both in here, but to have a proper tray to catch it, I'll have to find a different size, I guess. But this was a seed. And then my two toppings are,
What was that
This is-
seed of? Is that your seed?
yeah, my seed, same one, still going.
What strain is it? Did you mix?
It is the father is half FPOG and the mother was pink lemonade. Same with all of these right now, I think. They're all about the same. There's that one. And then here's the second one that I'm supposed to have in that tent. But like,
Man, that one's booming on you there, isn't it? It's really
yeah,
out over the pot.
it's 1 gallon. And I imagine there's like lots of clones or something to take. Like,
Hey, that's a 1 gallon pot. You don't make it clear to the end just on soil, right? You have to add.
sorry, yeah, I feed. I
Okay.
like to feed.
Because
I'm a bottle feeder.
when you were mentioning before you were going to be in soil, I was thinking you're probably only going to want to water teardrop runoff anyhow. That's what we used to call it. Just till I'd see a couple teardrops forming on the bottom of the pot, then I'd stop, depending on, size of the plant, et cetera. But versus the size of the pot. But I guess if you're putting it in there, you're going to want to run it through a little bit more.
I try and get a little more than just a little. And then
You probably make it a little ways without feeding, right?
I tend to water for a little while till it looks like they're gonna need, and then I try and feed them before they get damaged. I'm still learning. I don't really know, but I heard them one way, I heard them the other way, and I'm trying to find the happy in between. So these need watering. They're all hanging down.
Yeah. They're ready for
They
some.
stay.
Yep.
Yeah, I was mixing up some newts. They're getting fed today. It's end of the first week of flower, starting the second week.
How often do you have to water at this stage?
I put in 6.5 liters on the 10th, 6 days ago.
6.5 liters is quite a good volume.
In a 7-gallon.
Yeah. Okay.
So less than a quarter. So not bad. But I got a little bit too much runoff for that time.
Hey, I wanted to tell Supreme Grape hello. Welcome to the show. There's Simply Grow Buds is new to the show. I wanted to tell them cheers, and I see everybody Thunder Dance. Oh, Thunder Dance giving us shit. A bottom feeder or a bottle feeder. Ooh, love the burn, man.
Hello. I wanted to say hello to GB Genetics and
Hey,
let
GB.
everybody know that he is going to be on the Let's Be Bud show with his wife, and that'll happen. They come on at 9, and after the show, if you head over there, you can check that. That'll be a good time.
Yep.
And hello, doing freaky things. How are you? Hope your seedlings are doing good now.
There's Rowdy.
Yep.
Cheers, buddy.
I saw Dags earlier. Brian 420.
We got 2 more plants on the screen.
Oh yeah.
There they are. That's about it for now.
Those are also the pink lemonade crosses, I presume.
Yes.
What week are those in? What are we going here? Those are in flower.
We are maybe 10, 11 days since I changed the light schedule. Maybe.
Is that a foliar spray sitting down there, or am I crazy?
No, it's just spray bottles.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I'll mist here or there, but I don't really foliar spray.
I'm not much of a foliar spray there. Early on, if I pull a bonehead and they look sick, it usually helps them out a little bit, but I try not to. I feel like if I'm firing on all cylinders, root feeding's where it's at. They're going good, I don't have to incur that big spike in humidity and get it all over everything. I always feel like I'm spraying. And then if they're, already netted, it's hard to get them out. So I'm with you, man. I try not to if I don't have to.
I feel they have their place. I just don't know enough, and I think it's just too risky for me at this point.
Right on. They're looking good.
I tried. Thank you. I tried hooking up a little trellis net thing, but then I didn't want to have them fixed in place, so I never actually lowered it and took it off. I'd like to trellis at some point. We'll see.
Yeah, the trellis sucks, dude. I mean,
You're helping.
I have one. I use
Yeah.
it. It's because I like it better than yo-yos, but it does. I mean, but I figure by the time the bolt is pretty much over, I'm not moving them anyhow. I can't spray them. What do I really need to do for other than? So I try to at least get one on there to help hold them up, but I don't know. It sucks. I'd rather just have an open room where I could walk around them and, take care of them and stake them correct. Yeah.
It might
I
be
got the Gandalf steaks if I need them.
Right on, man.
Hey, just
Yeah.
be careful with those because you could poke your eye out. Like I've come
Eyeballs.
very close. Yeah.
Yeah, we know someone that did just that.
Yeah.
And
I'm trying to think of their name. They was going to be a group leader, and about 2 weeks before the thing, they was bent over in their garden to get something and poked themselves right in the eye and like ripped their retina or their cornea. So it was like, really,
yeah, they had to have
oh man,
surgery.
it made me sick to my
Yeah.
stomach when I was reading the story. They was like, I'm afraid I have to back out. I'm like, oh, by all means. And now I'd have to check my Skype. I can't remember who it was, but you know what? Ever since then, they haven't really been very, very active in the community at all, at least not at CFC. And I don't see them around anywhere. Hey, there's all-wheel drive STI 82. It has been a while. Cheers.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to them because he messaged me on Instagram about the city picker, and I was like, dude, you should come over to the Smart and Crispy show and we'll talk about it. And then I was like, wait, I'm really stoned. Maybe I know this person, but it was a different name. And then it turned out that it was AWTSTI, or I'm sorry, I'm not on my chat right now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So sorry, bro. I know you. We're cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I didn't want to be a dick.
Let's see, the rubber coated wire rock, rusty nails, iron ox, rubber coated rocks, different thickness of wire for different chores. Yeah, I use Marmac rebar tying wire. It's not the easiest. I have to use, if I want to make something a little bit intricate, I definitely have to use needle nose pliers to manipulate it. But it's fairly malleable with your fingers.
Yeah, it is. And I just want to give a disclaimer that, we run the risk of, causing a wound on the plant that would, cause, you don't want that. Obviously, you're inviting pests and everything else. So
I try.
We know the risk. We try to be very careful.
It depends what we're using it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends what we're using it for. Because I got grafting tape too. If I had like a catastrophic split or something crazy, I would wrap it with that before I would tie it with wire. But I'll wrench one down and wire it right up, especially if I know it's done at this, bolting. Because I've also done that. I've wired them up. I'm sure you guys have done this. I wired one up one time and it bolted so much that it ripped the branch clear off. I was freaking out, man. I called my wife at work. I'm like,
yeah,
it broke. It broke. I was like, but then it got real big in other places. But I was like, that was early, remember?
Yeah. I mean, I could feel the panic through the phone. I thought I'm like, oh, calm down. I was grateful that it was just a plant, but yeah. That it was crazy. It did just, tape it right back up.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to say, he says using fishing line is good. Somebody gave me a tip one time. They said use a rubber band actually around the plant, pull it through itself, and then tie to the rubber band. That way it can always expand as the plant grows. And I was thinking that's a really good tip. But it has to be semi well pronounced to really wrap a rubber band around it and kind of yank it down. So there's always the question of tensile strength, That snapping sound is a real son of a bitch, man. It's like, oh.
Plus, I think if we had hooks or something that we could tie a certain kind of net in the tent, it would make it a little easier. But we have it attached to the PVC pipe and it's rigid and it's cumbersome to get it in there. I think we can do better.
Here comes Salt Man Dan. I had to give him a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta grind the gears a little bit. It is awesome to have him back.
I learned the one thing that I learned from Thunder Dan most recent was that I'll wait till he's here so I can tell him this is something I learned from him and I'll never forget it, is that you can't grow potatoes and let them get to sunlight and get green in them or they'll make you sick and shit.
That is pretty cool.
I've told a couple people that I'm like, did you know this about potatoes? About the green potatoes? And they're like, no. Yeah, I was like, my buddy was telling me this. His pap used to make him go out and put dirt all over the top of the potatoes. What's up, Dan?
Yeah, you got to cover them up or it hurts your belly.
Yep.
I use this. I
I'm
was just
coming.
going to say about your plant tying stuff. They sell this at the grocery store where I go. It's got a metal on the inside, but it's got a rubber outside coating. You
Yeah.
basically just cut it to length, and so I cut them to, what is that, 12 inches, and I just keep reusing them every fucking year, every grow. They don't go bad. They don't hurt your plants. It's just.
See, that's the nice thing about them. They're completely reusable. This shit I use, if you bend it the same way a few times, snap, it's done. You just chalk it and start over.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to get some. That's just that soft tie stuff they call it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yep,
want to get.
it comes in one long piece and you just cut it to what length you need. But I cut them long so that I can use them for a variety of things. I use them to tie up the bamboo stakes to make bamboo trellis to,
Oh.
kind of scrog plants out.
Yep.
I tie the branches to the bamboo. I also use them at the end if I'm trying to, the plant's too tall, I'm trying to cut it down. I will take some of these and just, wrap around the stalk and then make the fish hook and then hang it. So it's a hanger as well. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's a good tip, man.
Yeah, I like that. We're gonna
That's-
have to change it over.
Yeah, I'm going to get me some of that. I'm going to order it up. And you know what makes me think with that spongy stuff on it, that it would get pretty damn tight just with your fingers, compared to what
Yeah.
I'm using.
Oh yeah. It holds the plant really well as far as the grabbing
Because I've made them
aspect of
little
it.
bamboo trellises, but only in my tomato garden. I just staked up some of those, and I did what you said. I made like a little, I tied some shit up and then tied it to that, and it worked pretty good. But yeah, man, good stuff. Cheers to the chat. Yep, they like that. That's what they were saying. That's good stuff. That's what they were
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, it's nice to
That's-
see commercial artist out there, Justin Beans. I just wanted to say hi real quick. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad you're here. School of Crop. Good to see you, buddy.
I'm rolling up another one. What's everybody smoking on?
Oh, I don't know. I got lots to smoke.
I know you
Ooh,
do, Dan. Always
that's
with the
awesome.
variety. You got any of that? What was that? Banana Daddy?
Yeah, I got some of that.
Dude, the dark banana daddy. I wish I could trade you a bud for a bud, man. It would be nice, wouldn't it? Get to test out some shit.
Um,
I'm going with the last two buds in this jar of Alien OG. What about you, Art? Seed person? Lee?
I'm smoking hash in the last bowl.
Oh, that's nice.
I
I'll
got
smoke some Jack
New
the
England
Ripper.
rock candy.
Ooh.
Sorry, go ahead.
Nerk.
Nerk. It's very strong.
Smoking some from December. That's really nice, and I wish I'd stay away from my current harvest so it cures properly. Smells so different after a couple months. Oh my God. I need to be a better grower and stop buying Dispo to protect my harvest. Strategies.
Like that's one thing I sometimes, got to stop and realize that Smart and I haven't bought weed from anyone in so long. I can't really remember. It's been years. And I'm so grateful for that. And this community that has helped us get to the point we're at, where we can grow our own medicine, stockpile it, and not have to go to the streets, man.
And have enough to share should the situation arise,
I wish we could
Street
all
weed.
trade.
What's that?
Street weed hadn't gotten any better. So you haven't missed anything, Crispy.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
I had some
It's really
people
not.
put some shit to work, man.
Even
I'm
with
like,
like our first harvest that we were actually smoking, we were blown away by how good it was
yeah,
compared to what we were smoking on at the time, and just we were blown away. So
I had some dudes bring some shit to work, Dan, from down in the city, and it was horrible.
oh my goodness.
It was-
I was shocked that someone was going to pay more than like $10 for this. I'm
I-
thinking that's sad.
Dude gave me
Freaking
some, and I was like, I wouldn't even smoke it, dude. It's still here, I think, somewhere.
Yeah, it's here somewhere.
It's boof, man. It's almost, I don't know, maybe I'm just spoiled, but it almost looked worse than the brickweed from the 90s, that Mexican shit, trash compacted or whatever, which I heard now I've learned that that's their way of curing, man. They wrap it up and do some kind of different kind of cure.
Oh, is that what they're saying now? That's what they're trying to say. It
That's
wasn't the
what I
fact
heard.
that
I
you
don't
could
know.
put it in these little small shapes that could fit into cars. It wasn't about that. It was
Seeds
about
and
the curing
everything.
process. I
Yeah.
took it wrong the whole time.
Well, I don't think it was anything special about it. I just think it was a way they could do it. It was like a twofer, you know. Let me pack
It was
in.
a typo.
Yeah, I
It
don't
was a
get
typo. They misread it as cubing.
it. Yeah, there you go. Cubit.
Cuban beef.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I'm truly blessed and grateful to be able to grow this beautiful plant, have the knowledge to do it. I don't care if I'm breaking a silly law. Some need to be broken, I suppose, but to have this and the variety of it is, I'm blessed. Like on cloud nine, when you stop and think about it, I know exactly what's in the weed. I know
More importantly, what's not in
what's
it.
not in it. Exactly.
Right.
Hey,
Damn the man.
I've had some brown weed that got me really smoked, man. It didn't look the prettiest, and I don't believe it was sprayed with anything. I think it was just stored improperly or something, in sunlight or something. But
Dried outside.
yeah, there's just been a few times, man, where I've gotten some brown buds, and I was thinking like, wow, it really smelled decent and got you ripped, and it was like for the looks of it, didn't seem right. But I just assumed it, looking back now, that it was improper cure, like you said, maybe outside shit, drying outside.
Yeah. Gonjago says in chat, remember she remembers getting brickweed with an actual hair in it. Do you remember, Smart? We got a bag or a cut off
Yeah,
of someone, and it had do you remember?
it had beads in it.
It had 2 beads in it. They were red beads like that you would put on a necklace. They were real small, and they were in the bud. Like
Deep.
I was like breaking the bud up. It was like a normal, and inside of it, like it grew.
There was also
Inside.
pieces of trellis netting in it too.
Oh,
And them same
nice.
buds, man.
I was like, that was the
I think it was
wildest
an
thing.
ounce. We bought an ounce or something. That was right when we like first met. We weren't even living together, I don't think. But yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I was like, I'm glad someone's here to witness this, because I don't know if anybody would believe me, because
They come falling out like seeds, man.
saw
That's the rough cut.
Yeah.
Hey,
hit the train.
It was an apport.
did y'all try planting them to see what would grow?
No.
Huh?
I had to sit there and look. I couldn't believe what I saw, Dan. I was like looking at it, and I seen the little hole right through the middle of it, and it was like red. And I was like, what the hell? How did that get in there? You
Yeah,
know?
like and I'm thinking, like, even now as I'm growing this plant, how does one get a bead stuck inside the bud? It would have to like land in the plant.
Well, they must have had like some kind of makeshift something tied up that had like beads on it, or maybe they had their kids in the garden. Who knows? Now I've pulled some of your hairs out of deep inside a bud. I knew that the bud had grown around.
Right. Now that is understandable. Cat hair too, that is like really embedded.
Yeah.
And I always find more of my own hair than cat hair. And
Oh.
I've never minded the cat hair until I got it in that dry sift. Now I'm like, I don't want her hair in any of it. But yeah,
Dry sift.
dry sift. I'm enjoying it. It's pretty tasty.
It's top of the hour, man. You guys, I'm ready to smoke. I know I said that a little bit ago, but I was just sitting here chopping away.
Chop, chop, chop.
Make sure you check out G-Bay Genetics after this show. They're going to be on the Let's Be Buds with Uncle Rick and them guys and girls. And G-Bay is good member of the community, man. They bring good energy.
You guys can post links if you'd like. If you'd like to get those links up there. I don't feel like putting my glasses on. My eyes are tired.
Holy shit. Small Tube says he's a lung cancer survivor and I puffed just fine with one lung. Well, damn, man. I'm glad you survived. the lung
Yeah.
cancer, man. That's something. And had a hip surgery recently, you know? So your health.
Yeah, blessed.
One thing I learned recently, well, not recently, but as I'm getting older and older, is your health is in one of the most precious commodity because it goes hand in hand with the time you have and how well you can enjoy it, you know?
You know you're getting old when you go to a swimming spot that you used to go to when you were much younger and you haven't been there in a while and you go to try to jump off a jump that you would jump off like it was so much fun and you're like, I ain't freaking jumping off this. The heck was I thinking? I could have hit that rock. Oh my goodness, this is so dangerous. What the hell? Damn girl, what has become of you?
You pull your back out. That's what I always think. I jump off this, I ain't going to work for a week. You know?
That over 40 talk.
That is it, Dan.
Yeah.
That is it. What are you into, man? You got anything happening exciting?
I mean, it's always something exciting going on. I got about 2 more weeks of veg and I'll be flipping the room again. I got a film project I'm doing. I'm reversing Black Widow. And so I've been spraying it with the little STS spray. So, we'll see. We shall see. I don't know. Seeds popping up. Springtime's around the corner.
It is. You starting any like peppers and shit inside?
No. I actually have a guy that's up the road that runs a greenhouse that I buy all my starts from. I buy the peppers and the tomatoes from him. I let him do all that. I just
For
pick
$2 a
through them.
pop. Yeah, that's what I do. I go to the flea market and buy them. It's like I leave there with like 2 flats, maybe $30-$40, man. And that's enough to spread out in our little garden and do quite well. You know?
Yep. I usually run about 10 bell peppers and about 5 jalapenos or so. I don't get super crazy on pepper land because nobody else in my fucking house eats them. So, they're either going in dishes or I'm having to eat them. It's not, no help from the girls. But they can be finicky to start. So
Yeah.
find it easy to buy.
And I think some of them take a while too to really get up and get on, until the size where we buy them. I mean, you're talking, they got like 50 days in them or some shit, I think, And hey, I wanted to ask seed person. I almost forgot to ask how our upside down's doing. The sandlot.
Oh, I cannot even believe you forgot.
The sandlot, the upside down. I've got names.
Busy week. Let's do that's
I'll be downstairs in about maybe half an hour, 25 minutes, and I'll show you guys what's going on down there.
Okay.
It's big changes. There's some stuff going on.
Oh my goodness.
But my wife is down there right now smoking out, so
this is so much
Hey,
fun.
somebody has a question in the chat. You guys maybe could help them. That's all-wheel drive, smart poker. I've been using an easy clone for my clones. I was wondering if anyone knows if there's another way of keeping the water cool besides throwing the frozen water bottles in the reservoir. You could get a chiller, but that's always adds heat. That adds heat, electricity. I can't remember that dude's name. Steel Toad or St. Louis LED or something like that. Steel Toad. He had this cool mechanism. He's like a numbers guy. Maybe Brian 420 can either confirm or deny this. But anyhow, he had a certain equation where if you had a certain amount of surface space and you blow the fan over it, it would cool it down. And it was working great for him. And he had all these good videos, but for some reason, it doesn't have that many followers. And I can't remember I haven't heard from him in a while, but this dude had a cool setup. And at first I questioned that. I was like, if that was that easy, everyone would do it. But I'll be damned, man. I was watching this grow and big buds too in that DWC just with no chiller, just fans blowing across it, even on like warmer than what I would have suspect days. So I know there's ways around it without getting too crazy, but I don't know. I never had one of them cloners. You got anybody have one of them cloners here? Because
I do.
I didn't think a bottle would even fit in there.
Well, it depends which size you get. There's the 16 pod like I have. Hold on, let me show you.
They got like a
Cool,
55 pod or something.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
And then it doesn't do like, I don't know. I didn't have problems with it with heat. I do my basement and it's like 68 there.
Okay.
Nice.
Humidity's low, but most of the time the temps are bumped up to like 40 or 50% humidity, so it's not too terrible. But I did get some lettuce started. I'm actually gonna bring this over to my parents, put that in their tent.
Cool.
I'm coming. I'm coming right now. Boom.
So your parents have a tent they grow indoors?
The devil's lettuce or just regular's lettuce?
Just regular veggies. They won't do this yet. I got them a 4x4, and then I got them a Viper Spectra 3x3 light. And they used to run Blurples, my old Blurple stuff, but.
So you were trying to get Son of the Year award because you got my vote.
Yeah,
That's freaking awesome.
that is.
These are a couple of the peppers I got.
Ah,
Some chilies. I had red devil's tongue and black devil's tongue, and I'm not sure which one started, but one of them did out of these four. What's it? Grape Fun Dip. And then these two are family tree seeds, SFVOG.
Okay.
I heard really good stuff about the SFVOG. It's that
I
San
have-
Fernando
It looks
Valley
really
OG.
frosty. Oh yeah, it looks really frosty.
Is that what that means, San Fernando Valley? I didn't know. I was just getting to ask.
I think so.
Yins ever smoke it?
No,
Yeah.
Me neither. Usually it's just a crapshoot. Find some seeds and grow them, and then
I actually grew that San Fernando Valley. It's a very tall
you?
plant. It's yeah, there's a lot of space between the nodes. I didn't keep it after that, but it was pretty good.
okay. Where'd you get that at? You happen to recollect?
Somebody came to my house with a Flow OG cutting, that one, and the San Fernando Valley OG and cheese. And I said, thank you. I didn't have access to seeds at the time either, so I was quite excited.
yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
that was pretty cool. Absolutely. Now I don't know if I'd take cuttings now or clones or whatever because of all the diseases and stuff, bugs. But
Yeah.
back then I did. That's for sure.
Right. Especially like you said, you didn't have anything to crack. So
Yep.
I know it's scary. I wouldn't take a clone off my mother if she grew pot, man. I ain't taking a clone from nobody. You know
I'm
what?
taking
Oh.
Philly boy all the time.
I'll take one. It just
There's a
depends,
few
man.
people.
I know the grower, you know.
Yeah, there's a few people I'd take it.
They rode the
I'm not
hell
going-
out of
Meet someone in the chat and go, send me one, especially if you're from California. Like, nah, you can keep it in Cali. You know, I feel like they got the cooties.
Well, you know, I think some
That's
people don't
fucking
even
great.
know. Right? Like, I think some people just spread it and then they're like, oh, how many times have you heard the story? I was told that their garden was clean, but when I got this, 2 weeks later, they called me up saying, oh, yeah, we got them too. And it's like, well, damn.
Yeah, how many times have you heard that and they said they paid for it too?
Yeah. Yeah, not this cat.
I mean, you know, it's all practice. So maybe, you know, buy a clone, get a problem, got to, figure that problem out. Garden game gets stronger.
I might be ugly, but I ain't stupid, right? Huh.
Just depends.
Hey, some of those clones, man, they get some big bucks for, Dan. You know that. You've had that conversation before. I know. Not for me. I'm just saying, like, and some people support that and say it's worth, $1,000 for that cut or whatever. But maybe I don't know. You'd have to you'd have to pull a lot of fucking mothers off of that and get a lot of pounds before it would really seem like.
Well, if you're a grow up, it'd be worth it. I mean, if they're just going to crank it and they're going to have hundreds of clones or whatever. That'd be it. Yeah. Now for us, I don't think so.
My personal opinion is not the best one on that, because I think that's pretty steep. A 1,000, some of them are 10,000. Motherfuckers get so crazy. So crazy, you know.
Like $50, man. You know, you got some really good shit.
You know what I'm saying? It's worth something because it is a plant. It is sexed. You kind of, missed a lot of things that you would have to go through with seeds. But, man.
You could ask.
Maybe you could get a tax write-off,
Well, yeah, I'm just looking on this website, kingclones.com. They have a cut of Chimera number 3 for $10,000.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I mean, do I grow hair and fucking fly or some shit when I smoke that? No.
It looks really frosty.
It trims
It's white
itself,
truffle crossed with the creature.
Oh, the
Oh, it's out of stock though. I guess I'll put my card away.
Yeah, put your card away. Yep.
I think Seed Spouse just had a minor heart attack.
Yes. Yeah.
Just like, what are you talking? $60 a pack of seeds, 10 grand for a cut? No way.
Yeah. He found she was getting us coffees. He found a clone online for $10,000.
That's crazy.
One time.
It's out of stock though.
It's out of stock. He had to put his card away.
Can't keep them in stock. They's off the shelves.
That's it.
Yeah, I bet they are.
If motherfuckers would be like, "Hey Dan, what are you growing?" I'm like, "Chimera number 3." They can't stay on the shelf.
10Ks, bro.
It could just be a clever marketing.
Hey, that's the thing. You put a big price tag on like something like that, it makes it seem quite prestigious, whether it's worth it or not. It's just it's about perception. And there's a sucker born every day. I hate to say it, right? Some people have more money than brains.
Mm-hmm. And some of them are just businessmen that thought, hey, I'm going to go get in the cannabis space because it looks like a really good business venture on paper. And then they've never experienced cannabis or any of that. And they just jump in. And then there's somebody standing there with the $10,000 clone like, yo, man, I'm going to sell you this clone for $10,000 and you'll be able to set up and have this super fire. And they go, oh, okay. The rest of us are going, how much did you sell that to him for? God.
He sold me all these HPS lights too for really cheap.
Yeah. Hooked them up in the whole nine.
I got the whole system. Yep. Oh, man. That's unfortunate. But like they're saying that, honestly, though, like if it was legal here and I went to like a flea market and I saw a cut of something I wanted, I'd be willing to give someone $50 for it. I think like this too. You could talk to the guy or girl or whatever you're buying, whoever you're buying it from, and say, tell me a little about it. Heavy feeder, how long does it take to flower? And then you would know right away whether this person knew their ass from a hole in the ground, right?
Yep.
And then you could take it from there and think, well, yeah, I'll give you $40 for one. You seem to know it pretty well, and I'll take your advice. And that's a good way to strike up a conversation and get to know somebody that's growing the same shit. Someone might have like straight cuts from something you really want. There'd be a few I'd pay for $50-$100 for real.
No,
I'm poor. That's a lot to me.
Yeah, you better quarantine him then. That's all I know. Quarantine him for about 2 months.
My
give
wife.
Give him a sulfur dip, bro.
There you go. Exactly.
No
My
worries.
wife had the perfect problem. She's like, we're going to have to get like a gardening shed all the way at the back of the yard for like, working in the garden and stuff. And we can just make a little secluded area back there, let them sit there for 2 weeks under a small light. And then once they seem all right, drag them on, scope them one last time and drag them in the ass.
Dunk them in sulfur every 3 days for a fucking week, and then they can go wherever they fucking want to go.
Yep.
Yeah. Our buddy Rowdy, he's used that. He's dunked his plants in the sulfur. Works well.
Yeah.
I hear.
That's the move, man. Sulfur seems to be like
They're babies, they don't quite like it that much, but you know what? Who gives a shit? You can get over it.
Oh, there you go. See person posting up Daga Gardens. Sweet. I want to shout out Coco for Cannabis as well. Tell everybody to check them out at growsponsor.com. Both are sponsors of our show, and we appreciate them, what they do for the community. Cheers, Doc MJ, and everybody at
Yeah.
CRC.
Get my glasses.
Let me see. I can't even put it. It says live chat, top messages. Does that mean there is no? I don't even have the option.
It's all messages.
I don't have the option to change it. All I got is a scissors, a little wheel for settings, and an X. There's not them hash marks to change it to.
Try right.
Yeah, look, when you put that, it says
Oh,
chat.
they're messing with you smart.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's messed up.
they know, you know, it may be the subway people.
That's it.
Yep. That's exactly what it is, bro.
Yeah, better uninstall that one.
Did you
Yeah, the
just go
toaster
back
was taunting him earlier.
and just go back and say, "Yeah, man, can I just get the fucking sandwich?"
Oh man. Hey, we take our meatball subs very seriously around these
I
parts.
see that. I see that.
It ain't the food. It's the idea that they.
It's the point.
It's the principle. We
Yeah,
don't eat anything but provolone. You know.
No, man. They tried to play smart for a sucker, Dan. They tried to take my money and say, fuck you. Man, I don't respond well to being ripped off by somebody. Especially it's like they brodied me right to my face. Man.
Especially not by some teenagers, right?
Yeah, they brodied me for my money. They was like, check it out, dude. We took your shit. Nothing you can do about it. Make like sheep and get the flock out of here.
But if you look at it in the ways of, you've saved a lot of money just by having that app, far more than this small amount of money.
Well, see, when
And-
you put it like that, you make me feel guilty for getting upset.
Well, I'm just
Well-
saying, there's more than one way to look at it. Perspective.
I
That's,
concur.
you know,
Just gonna write them off and go to Jersey Mike's from now on.
That's it. Quiznos. Bring the Quiznos back down here to the plaza.
Primo subs.
Yeah.
yeah, but I like their my favorite one is their Italian.
Can we boycott Subway for a week or something? Like there's 50, 60 people here, you know? The problem
Yeah,
is I
it's
eat out
just-
too much. I'm always so damn busy. You do that, Dan, when you're working a lot? I'll eat breakfast on the road, eat lunch on the road. I'm at the diner. I'm over here. I'm like, damn, I get home. And I'm
No, I usually just try to knock them out, man. If faster I can get them done, the faster I can be done, you know? So
money in your pocket. Yep.
a lot of times I don't eat, you know, just
Oh.
keep rolling.
Then you get home, you're driving home all stupid, like you got your duncy hat on and shit. That's
Oh
all.
yeah, yeah. Roll in hangry as a motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Like just get
You
out
get
the way.
hungry.
Yep. I need sugar. I need protein. I need all this shit right now.
Yeah.
I get the shakes. I know it.
That's
Oh,
why
that's
it's good to have a Snickers just on the back,
It is.
or
I'll
or some
take the-
nuts. Or,
Show enough. That's who it was. Show enough.
Enough.
He's the one that had them big.
Yes, yes,
Oh, I knew it
you're
was
right.
something
that was I couldn't, it was right there.
on the tip of my-
yeah,
It
that's
just
right.
came to me. Like she said, she goes, she'll be laying in bed.
Yeah. Hey, it happens later.
Mhm.
you
He's
know?
probably building that room out right now.
I wanted to say hi to our chatters, Raider Dank Vader, Howie's Garden. Good to see you. I don't know if I shouted out Scrubs and Shrubs. Shrubs. I'm sorry. And he was in the chat. Kingfisher, good to see you.
Matt Nasseth.
You guys are awesome, all hanging out. You're always coming back week after week. Lone Star Larf.
I see Lone Star. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's nice to have you. It's nice to see you, Dan. You know,
Yeah.
it's cool to have you back on the show.
It is, man.
Makes the
all around different spots.
Oh, yeah. You bounce around it like Tao, you'll see him everywhere.
Yep.
Just different chat rooms, different.
Shows.
Well, that's everybody pretty much. You know, so many of you in chat, we just follow from show to show to show. And we'd be following you to the Let's Be Buds show if we didn't have prior engagements. And
Yeah.
we'll see you at the Sunday show over Growing with My Fellow Growers. We really try to not miss that one over there. That's fun.
Sundays are carved out for relaxation only.
Yeah, we carve them out sometimes.
Right, Dan?
We'd hate for you to get too wound up, Smart.
Yeah.
Well, right.
No, I
You
get
know,
my,
calm. Whoa.
Yep.
Rein it back in, bro. Just calm down.
I get wound tighter than a snare drum, you know?
Turn it down a notch.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Well,
I need a decompressed day. It's always Sunday. I look forward to that, you know?
Yeah.
That's the day I make dinner and we make a big dinner. We make breakfast together.
Scott's a good cook. He's the king at making breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Pretty much. I'm lucky. I'm a lucky lady.
Cast iron and bacon fat. That's the key to everything.
Well, you know what? We were talking about as we're getting older, we should maybe cut back on some of that bacon fat.
No, I got
What?
It's just gonna be hard. You know, coffee's another issue. I drink too much. I gotta cut back, and I'm finding it difficult. It's
Dan, she's got all, hey fellas, she's got all the oatmeal downstairs. It's like every time I want to have bacon, she's got to have the oatmeal. Pair them up.
yeah.
can we put some bacon fat in the oatmeal?
Oatmeal.
Damn it, man. Okay, Smart. I hear you, man.
It's that over 40 talk again.
Yeah.
Oatmeal and bacon bits.
Oh, shit.
Bacon bits in your oatmeal. There you go.
Yeah.
That's where it's at, bro.
But aren't bacon bits fake as hell? I mean, isn't that some fake ass
You
bacon?
get real ones. You get the real ones.
We get them for our salad. But they're just real pieces of dehydrated bacon. They're not them crunchy little ones you're thinking of. Them ain't real bacon bits.
We've
Made of
overcooked,
flour and crackers.
you know, make your own, just crumble it all up, overcook it a little bit, make it crispy.
Yep,
Oh yeah,
I know her.
that's right.
Then you just eat the bacon and fuck that oatmeal.
I recently ran into someone that you know, knows my nickname Crispy, and it was so weird to hear my name out in public. I thought I was hearing things like so, and then they said my name again, Crispy. I'm like, I turn around, I'm like, oh hell.
We was in Home Depot. We was in a Home Depot, and I'm like, did I hear that right? Holy shit! You know?
Yeah, he like, yeah.
I had to do a double check. Somebody found us out.
I would not know what to say if somebody said, "Hey, Art Man."
Oh,
I haven't, you know, no one has called me that for a minute, and it just was weird to hear that, you know, because
Right, that was your nickname when you were younger, right? Because you were Crispy before you met Smart.
oh yeah.
yes, I was Crispy before I met Smart.
Weedner brings something up. They were saying about him being down south, fried oatmeal. That's funny. But
Fried
grits,
oatmeal.
man. Grits is a southern thing.
Yeah.
You don't eat grits?
I
That's
did
not
when I was in
grits.
prison, man. I used to take a packet of hot cocoa with me to the chow hall. Every time they served grits, I would pour hot cocoa in with it and make it chocolate grits. Because that's how I
What the fuck is wrong with you?
dude, I couldn't eat them. They were horrible.
Cocoa wheat.
It was like
Dude.
it's like chopped up corn chunks and white milk shit. I don't know. It was the weirdest stuff. I did not like it at all. Chocolate it up and it reminded me of cocoa.
Well, down here we cook them probably a little bit different than say the DOC, you know,
Yeah.
with the fucking, you know. So I mean, I wouldn't hate on them too bad, but you put some butter and some bacon, look, cheddar cheese on top of that shit, fucking, you got something to work with. People put shrimp in them, shrimp and
Ugh.
grits.
Oh, you're speaking my language. I would totally try that. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know
Little
why
jalapeno
you
and cheddar.
hollered.
Cocoa wheats is where it's at.
Yeah, I don't know why you hollered, Smart, like you got stuck, you know?
Fucking shrimp. It's the shit of the ocean.
Look, you're not a big fella, and she's not gonna feed you but sticks and twigs. You're not gonna get any bigger. So look now, don't be talking that junk. We'll tie you down, feed you some grits.
I,
Oh, it's the shrimp. It's the shrimp that gets him. Nothing out of the water, man.
Man, I don't
Oh,
like shrimp.
really?
I like
Is it the shrimp that did it?
Hey,
That was
I
it.
did eat
It's cool when I was talking bacon and butter and all that.
anything from the
Yes.
water. I don't eat that shit, man. It's beef, chicken, or pork around here. That's it. Nothing from the water. I'll eat a McDonald's fish sandwich once in a blue moon, but that's
Yeah.
about
Oh, you heretic.
You really can tell that your family traces back to those. Were those guys that wore the hats, the fucking Puritans?
Puritans.
hell no. It's a dunce cap. You're talking about a dunce cap, dude.
No, I'm talking about the ones that had the big buckle on the front, like
Yeah, I
the
know.
pilgrims,
I know the one
but
you're talking
No,
about.
man, I don't even.
You know.
Yeah, we're just exactly.
Puritans.
I'm not near the ocean, man. We're way inland here in Pittsburgh.
He doesn't know what's good for him.
Hey, I did eat shrimp cooked on a piece of wood one time. It was on a plank, like a wood plank. It was all charred up with the shrimp. It was
Yeah.
pretty good. I dipped it in some. I gave my lobster away, man. I didn't like it at all. I dipped it into butter. No, not at all.
Really?
Didn't like it at
Yeah.
all, dude. I didn't like the
Bro.
texture of it or anything.
He's a
You gotta
strange.
get out more, man.
I don't eat crab
I
legs,
know.
dude. I just don't like it. That's weird. I know.
He
Like
won't even consider thinking about trying frog legs, which is like one of my favorite foods.
she loves it.
Really?
Yeah, I love me.
She
some
has a
frog
gig,
legs.
man. She'll go
Sure.
hunting frogs on her own. She's out there floating
I
around.
haven't done it.
She's gonna survive this apocalypse that's coming. And Smart, I got a feeling, bro. I mean, you need to have some more skills. You need to be learning how to
Yeah, I know how to
gather or
start a fire
something,
with-
you know?
I know how to start a fire with my shoelace and some sticks, man. I'm set.
I gotta get a picture of my gig. I'm proud of it. I had someone, a machinist, make it for me. It's not legal. It has the 5 prongs, but I don't use it
Fuck
for
'em.
killing anything. It's just for looking.
What's the legal one?
3-pronger.
I think 3-prong.
I mean, like, makes the difference on that? The frog's getting stabbed regardless, right?
Yeah,
It's
you
unfair
What
advantage.
does prong count matter? You know?
yeah, but I think it's like more humane.
It's like having a shotgun with no plug in it, man. You get an extra
I
couple.
mean, fuck, dude. If you miss, anyway. Never.
Hey, you see my wife out there on a raft floating around with a headlamp on, and she got this gig. She's looking for glowing eyeballs, man. And like that ain't
Yeah.
me, man. Nope. You're gonna bring home spider mites, is what you're gonna do.
Just, take that skin off,
Go bring home spider mites.
put some breading on them, and fry them in some oil in your cast iron skillet. Oh my goodness, so good. And you know what? Like, I found out when I was very young that that is gross. Ew, gross. It's a frog. How can you eat it? And then they're like, just taste it. Quit being closed-minded and just taste it. And I did. And from that day, and I'm lucky because it happened to me when I was young. I never I'll try anything. And you can ask Scott. I will. I'm not afraid of trying food because of that experience. Now I've tried food that I don't like, and like there's a list of food I won't eat because of course, but I've never eaten like chocolate covered grasshoppers
Or if I forget to order something without the mayonnaise, she ends up eating that no matter what it is.
Yep.
Oftentimes.
Because
Yeah.
How did you make it in life without liking mayonnaise, Mike?
No white
God,
sauce
bro.
at all, dude. If it ain't a top tier hollandaise sauce, or I don't want it. I don't eat no white sauce, really. No Miracle Whip. Very rarely. Maybe you want a BLT, a slight layer, but that's about
Well,
it.
Miracle Whip is not mayonnaise. It's whatever.
It's white.
Duke's is mayonnaise.
Hey, here comes some shit right here. Look at these plants.
The mayo
Let me
clone, or the mayo strain, the mayonnaise strain.
Me and Dan was
Looking
cutting
for it.
up there. I gotta shut up. Look, check out
See
these
person
plants.
getting
We're
a
talking.
view of the plants. That's awesome. And we're get to find out what is going on with the upside down clone.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm working on it. Hang on.
All right, let's see them.
Ah, there they are. Uh-oh.
They look all right.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
they ain't dead.
they're not.
I've been spraying the inside of the bags, misting it,
Okay.
and then I put them back on.
Dan, did you see we did the seed person did it upside down clone? He cut it and put it in upside down to see if
I
it'll
see that. Oh, it will.
That
Do you
is so
think that the-
cool
the
that,
whole-
that you're
the-
doing that.
Do you think the direction of the nutrients are going to change and everything? You know, the direction of the.
No. No, I think what you'll see is this gonna roll those leaves over on your ass though. You know, it'll
I hope
redirect
so.
itself. No matter what we do, it's always gonna reorientate back to the light source. So technically,
wild.
you could do that and then put the light under it and it would continue to grow down, which would be
Oh.
up to it.
That's the next
Oh,
experiment.
that
Oh,
would have been it.
That's what we're doing next, right?
Dude, I
I'm
just
gonna light the floor up disco style. Okay, I like it.
Hey,
Wow.
topsy turvy or whatever that was. What's that
Oh.
It's
tomato?
gonna be the next rage.
I mean,
Lit floors.
That's wild.
All ideas thought of here
Oh
on the
my
Smart
goodness.
Poker Show are hereby trademarked for future.
There it is.
You know, as sippers come up with some really cool and awesome ideas. Just saying.
They sell upside down tomatoes. I seen them. You guys all seen them. It was like all the rage. There's Atticus. Get it.
There he is.
So
Oh,
the city picker has been relegated to another place in the house because I got sad looking at it, and this space is for performers only. So I planted 4 new seeds, and I moved the city picker upstairs to the sunroom, and we'll see what happens up there. If it works out, I'll bring it back down and put it here. But yeah,
Hey, I
My
The
love
big
wife said-
stages for stars.
what's that?
The big
Oh, yeah,
stage
yeah.
is for stars.
Yeah,
I think you mentioned on the last show you wanted to work on that soil and try to get it in maybe better shape before you give it another go at it. So I think
yeah.
you haven't given up on it. You're just kind of like doing it somewhere else until it starts producing. I dig it.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Just because it made me feel like anxious looking at it. And my wife, we were sitting down here and I just was like staring at it, and she's like, it doesn't really seem like you. And I was like, what do you mean? And she said, well, you grow in black fabric pots, you always have, and this seems like it's making you unhappy. And I was like, you know what, you're right. If it doesn't make me happy, I'm not going to do it. It's my hobby, you know what I mean? So I moved it somewhere else. It's on the back burner. But I wanted to keep the substrate, like I didn't want to like dig everything up and shit, because it's got that network built in there and it's going to continue to grow. So I'll just keep, tending to the ecosystem in there, and then bring it back down when it's ready to go, I think.
What are we looking at here, man, as far as genetics?
So I got 3 autos in here and then 1 photo. It's 2 cherry colas from Fast Buds, and then 1 poison OG from the Cali Connection, and 1 photo period. The poison OG is another auto, and then the photo period is the green crack from Cali Connection as well.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
Hear good things about that.
Yeah.
Green crack.
Oh, green crack.
Yeah, or green Kush, as some people call it. But this, I really liked having 1 auto tent and 1 photo tent, because I could just come in here and mess with the autos or whatever and not have to worry about a dark period. So I think I'm going to run autos in this tent again and veg out that photo period.
Okay.
Right on. Your tent's nice and clean. Kitty's all. I love
Oh,
seeing.
yeah.
And they kept looking at that sand like, hey, that looks like a litter box.
Oh,
So
I was wondering about that actually.
they never went in there or anything, but they kept looking at it. This one just exploded.
that thing's ripping. dude.
It's nice that I don't see any cat chew marks on your plant. They're all through the front. All the ones that she can get to. They're
Look, they're both
Oh.
getting
And that's nice because like. we're
As you
not
say that.
talking
Yeah,
down.
as you say that, they take
Knock
over.
on wood.
There goes the seedling. Ah.
Yeah, hi, seedling.
Welcome to the chat, Frank. Boom.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's these 9-pound hammers are going to.
Collective Mary Jane just harvested some 9-pound hammers from solo cups.
I was gonna ask about the smell on those.
That's what I was thinking. That whole basement place smell.
It
like
was a little funky and cheesy. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
funky, cheesy smell.
9 pounds, good. I like that.
Frosty as heck.
Sweet.
That's a nice looking plant. That thing's healthy. Whatever you're doing, it's loving it.
Beautiful, yep.
Yep. Perfect. Perfect. Nice work, man.
A little bit. This is organic as well. Thunder
Yeah.
Dan.
Just doing it.
Hey,
Yeah.
talk the language, man. Talk the language.
So I got one organic, and then this is gonna probably end up being like a Synganic again without the grow dots.
Okay.
So
Them- You're gun shy on them grow dogs, huh? That's for photos.
they fucked my plants up, man.
They did good on the photos, didn't they?
What do you think
For,
they
for veg they did, and then as soon as I flipped those plants, they started showing all kinds of deficiencies, and I had to supplement with the GH newts.
Oh. You think they just hadn't broken down far enough to get to the flower part of that grow dot?
Well, what I heard was that it's made more for cocoa than
Oh.
soil, which I had them in soil. And then the other thing was that the first batch that they made, or yeah, before they changed the recipe, it was lacking in like calcium and magnesium. So
That'll get you.
that plus the soil kind of screwed me.
Hey, I wanted to say hello to Scrubs. I sitting here daydreaming and almost slept on that whole deal. So I apologize, Scrubs. You've been sitting here for like 5 minutes, and that's not cool. Bad host.
It's, yeah, that's a bad host.
You're good, brother. You're good.
Apologize.
Hey, Scrub.
I just got a little free time when I got home this evening. So,
How's everything going?
pretty good. My lights are getting ready to go out. I was going to show.
Let's do it. Let's do
Oh.
it. Let me get you on real quick here.
Nice.
What you got, buddy?
That's
Let's see some shrubs.
that clone that I sprayed.
You
Yeah.
turn-
What's that?
This is that one I sprayed with that elite spray that harmed it.
Is that the one shot spray?
Yeah, it worked.
So it worked. Remember we was talking about that seed person? I accidentally said that it was endorsed by somebody that it wasn't endorsed by. And we had to clean it up, but it worked, man. One application and it worked.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this is the other one. I guess those are the same clone. I'm trying to
Okay.
sell it. And then this is that black sugar.
Ooh, it's getting some dark color to it.
I was like, can you see the pigments? I guess the
Yeah.
color to it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But yeah, I'm getting ready to pull that male out. I was going to let it finish all the way, but it looks like there's seed pods forming. So
Nice.
You got any gnats in there? I see you got a sticky trap.
that one's not so bad. This one, I just flipped it. It was pretty bad.
Damned old gnats, huh?
Yeah.
55-gallon drums, a harbor, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's good for gnats like that? Would you use nematodes? Would you use that BT? Would you use like a green lacewing? Anybody know what it is?
Just keep doing his traps, man. You knock the population down just like what he's doing.
Everybody said use the traps and keep the
Yep.
soil covered.
Yep.
Does it seem to be working?
You should keep the soil covered anyway, though. It just Helps
Yeah.
you with the moisture level.
Seed person, you were having trouble. Did you covering up the cover crop?
Well, I kind of went like just sealed everything off with sand.
Yeah,
But yeah, that seemed to work really well.
nice.
Diatomaceous earth as well. I've heard you can put a layer of that on the top because it's like little razor blades and it'll kill them if they try to crawl across it. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention if somebody just said that. But.
No, it's all good. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
There's the
always
violet
use-
motor guard.
Oh, that's awesome. You were just talking about that, Scott.
yeah, everybody's growing something from the American one.
Oh, I got a bunch of his. Yeah, his are over here.
I always use the yellow sticky traps as a measurement or a guide to how successful my other applications of IPM are. So if it goes from 50 bugs to 20 bugs to 1 bug, I know I'm winning the battle. And I think, like Russ Nell said, that's why they have 1-inch grids marked out on them. You know, them freaking gnats, man, they drive me nuts.
Just part of it.
Stuff on the card is not breeding.
That's true. The meat wagon's sitting there.
What do you got there, Scrubs?
I'm not busting your balls. I just think I hate to see that shit. I wish you didn't have to deal with it.
What's
Yeah.
that?
We've used the sticky traps. They work. Just like, we were lucky just to have a few.
Sticky traps are good. They let you know what's going on in your garden.
Yeah. Yeah, because Smart was seeing them. I'm like, I don't see no gnats. You're crazy. And then he put the sticky pad because you order them off of Amazon. And
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
yeah.
Well, and if they're stuck to the trap, they're no longer, repeating the cycle. So you've stopped it in some
Yep.
shape, form, and fashion.
Oh, no doubt. It's definitely hey, there's something that neem oil, man. I've never been a fan of that shit. It's the worst smelling, greasy. I don't know what it is about neem oil. Something about that it's almost too chemically or something.
I can taste it when you use it. I swear I can taste that stuff. It's horrible. It is. It's
I bought
awful.
Yeah.
That's what everybody advises, right? Neem oil.
Yeah.
So we bought some early on, and I was like, screw that shit, man. It was the worst. Oil for sure.
I ended up giving it to my mother and she used it
On like roses.
She used it on a tree. She was trying to battle beetles and stuff.
Yep. The neem oil.
Yeah.
Now we got Dr. Zymes. We got
That's what I was gonna say. Dr. Zymes is the shit.
I want to say that the neem oil had like a citrus smell to it. It was like I didn't find it that unpleasant. But yeah, Smart was not down for it at all.
I had root aphids on one of my autos back in when I was in the closet, growing in the closet, I should say. And I did a root drench. I did 3 of them spaced over a couple days of the Dr. Zymes, and I never saw them again.
Nice.
That's awesome. I like to hear those stories. Success. So there you go.
I don't really know what to use in hydro. I don't use much of anything. I don't use anything actually. I've only had the fungus gnats though, so been fairly lucky.
I was gonna say I can't remember who it was. Somebody was it Kazoo Kush maybe was growing. Maybe if it wasn't him, I don't want to put that on him, but somebody had a bucket they were growing in DWC and they pulled it out, and the camera person came up and zoomed in on the roots, and it looked like a bunch of little black mini leeches all through the root system. And they said, this is what it looks like when you get a gnat infestation in DWC. And I'm like, get out
That's
of here. I did not know you could get that, man. And it was like, I swear it was kazoo or kazoo kush.
I
I'm
think
like,
you eat willies,
Yeah.
don't it?
You don't, he is, well, you maybe having a stoner moment.
yeah, I don't know
Stoner
who it was,
amnesia,
but
but
it was
yeah.
wild. I couldn't believe it. And I was thinking, I'll never forget that that's a fact. I just saw
Yeah.
it, you know?
I've
Yeah.
never seen one. I mean, I've
Yeah.
had fungus gnats and I've pulled my roots out. You've seen the big sheet of roots I get, but I've never seen one. I mean, how little are they? They got to be absolutely
Yeah,
tiny.
They're small. I mean, they were like,
There's-
what, eighth
But
of
I've
a
never
millimeter?
seen one.
Well, they were, some of them were a
Yeah.
little bit bigger than others, but
Well, I must not have had them that bad then.
no, there was like some of them were real black too. You could see, look like little leeches. And I was thinking, yeah, I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it, man. Now, obviously, I would think if you're running peroxide or something, you would fry the shit out of them. But maybe too much beneficial microbes, too much something like that might really kick them off. Who knows? That's just
You know what? I just had a thought back to the sand. When I took the city picker out today, I cleaned the tent and there was a ton of dead fungus gnat bodies all over the bottom of the tent. And I think it was because they couldn't get back into the sand to breed and they died like outside of that area.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Oh, that's
Let God separate them.
That's right.
oh, that's wild.
Your tent looks nice and clean, though. I did notice that it was all fresh. So fresh and so clean.
Oh yeah. You guys are rocking very, I have solo cups in the NYGC tent and I let them dry back for a long time, like 4 or 5 days. And they were so light. I couldn't believe that they were green. They look great. They look better than any plant in there. And I'm treating them really bad. Well, I knocked them over and got dirt, or not dirt, substrate, cocoa, all through the bottom of the tent. I'm too lazy to get the shop back out but I know I have to do that.
You don't just scoop it up and put it back in the pot.
You could.
Yeah, I could do that. Get in there with a little broom, sweep it up.
It's easier to stick a shop vac under the grates and just.
Yeah.
Well, you can put smut on that, Crispy.
I got long arms. I try to get in there.
Yeah, this was my mistake. And I just want to see, I'm curious, they won't die. I've treated them so bad. At what point will they say I've had too much?
BTI does work. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go for
I'm
it.
reading out loud.
Thank you, chatters, for coming by and hanging out.
What's
with
a
us.
dunk? What's these dunk
Mosquito dunks.
Yeah.
You can get them at like Walmart or box stores. But just usually they're round. Sometimes you can get what's it called when they're chewed up? Fucking anyway, you just like if you've got standing water, you can throw a mosquito dunk in it and it'll kill the mosquito larvae. You could take that, soak it in water that into your pot. It'll kill the larvae of the
Well, they were talking about hydro though, where you put it in take a piece of it and you put it into one of the bags for like a press, and you tie that up, throw it in there, so you don't have any actual chunks floating in the water. But they said that Rowdy was mentioning that a little bit ago.
Hey, they're also saying about BTI. Is that Bacillus thuringiensis, whatever that shit is?
I think that's the active shit in that fucking mosquito dump.
BTI.
Why it works too.
That's the most, I read somewhere that's the most widely used organic pesticide or whatever they want it, whatever it's labeled as in the world.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
Am I wrong?
BTI is a biological or naturally occurring bacterium found in soils. It contains spores that produce toxins that specifically target and only affect the larvae of mosquito, black fly, and fungus gnat.
Boom.
Sounds pretty good, actually.
thuringiensis.
At least one of us has
Thuringiensis.
Thank
Cool.
you. That's awesome.
Thank you, sir.
One of us has that thinking cap on.
That's right.
We're down the last 10 minutes here. Time flew right by.
Time always flies by. We always have fun here with you folks. Garden tours, hanging out with our buddies.
Yeah, we haven't
Y'all
seen
are
Dan
awesome.
in a couple moons. That was nice. Scrubs is, I know Scrubs has been stretched thin lately, and you know, that's always tough. And we enjoy all of our guests, but it's nice to see.
It's nice to see everybody here on a Wednesday night. And we encourage you to head over to the Let's Be Bud show because they're going to be interviewing
G-Bay.
and Mrs. G-Bay.
Yep.
So
And somebody else too. It's gonna
yeah,
be Squishy Bob or something. I can't remember.
I can't remember. Oh,
It's a
I'm so
name that I
sorry.
don't see in the chat.
But
So
anyway,
I kind of don't
yeah.
really feel guilty. Maybe shit.
Just let it go, man. That Subway girl didn't know what she was fucking with, man.
She was
Just
only
let it go,
16, dude.
dude.
No,
dude.
you remember how you were at your first job and
I wasn't giving her shit. I was just like,
No, you want justice. That's all.
Hey,
You just
when I
want
went
your
back-
money's worth.
the
I
manager.
mean, you know, I just want you to have provolone. Fuck.
Hey, just give me my oregano on toasted multigrain artesian bread, and throw an extra ball in the end there. Really stuff it full. You know what I mean?
Subway street justice.
Yeah, yeah.
Just not get an extra ball.
Did you give me 9 or did you short me at 8?
How about it? Let me tell you what I don't want on it. Your
Next time,
attitude.
take a measuring tape with you
Yeah.
and make a big stink about it. Be like, let me measure this before you wrap it up, please. I want all my sandwich.
He's going to end up on a mimeograph behind the counter. His picture and warning.
Don't serve this man.
Exactly.
Don't take checks or serve this food. You remember how they used to do that? Everybody get a bounce
They
check and
did.
go to the store and have all these pictures of the wall and shit.
They don't even do that anymore, do they?
I
Yeah,
don't
there are
think
no checks.
you're not allowed now. You can't shame people in public like that, you know. It's against the law, I think. You put
Who
my
uses
picture-
checks? That's it.
oh my
It ain't like I ate a 25-ounce steak and you put my picture on the wall for that. It's up there saying this dude's a criminal, you know. Oh my goodness. You remember seeing those, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This dude pumped $50 in gas and drove off, and they have like you know, the license plate number or something written up there. It's like, damn, that was really sad. But yeah, we got 10 minutes left. Anybody got anything they want to get off before the end of the show? Something they want to talk about? Anything?
You guys were all on the downers about the taking clones from buddies. I had a full male tent just flip on me. If I didn't have those Black Apple Hitchcocks from Philly Boy, I'd be out of bud for months.
Boom.
Oh, there's a time and a place. That's for sure. It's just scary these days. That's all.
I guess I stand
Yeah.
corrected.
and
It's like
thanks.
your garden is having unprotected sex with somebody else's garden.
Oh,
It's always questionable.
Sometimes raw and dirty's really nice.
Wow. Raw
Well-
dirt. That's it. You see the raw paper scandal?
Huh.
We never touched on that because it's kind of a lame topic, I guess. I don't really care what that dude does. I only roll with white papers.
They were trying to pull
They made the human fund. It wasn't even real. Donate to my charity. It's called my pocketbook.
Damn, I need a charity like that.
I'm out.
donation
Yeah.
in your name.
That's me. Yeah, man. They made shit up. Oh, that's funny. No, cheers to Philly Boy for hooking you up
Yeah,
with them clones, man.
that is awesome.
Yes.
And couple keystoners. I think everybody from this state is just awesome.
Oh
That's
yeah.
how it goes. Joe, and you're from PA. You're pretty badass.
Yeah. You are badass, I guess. Are we badass?
I guess.
I feel like badass right now.
I think anybody growing outside the law is assuming a risk, and especially Sharon, I think it's, I don't know if it's badass. Some people would say it's stupid.
Dangerous.
It's dangerous. It's, but fuck it, man. I'm not letting you tell me I can't grow my smoke.
The plant, it's a scary plant.
My from my cold dead hands. Was that Charlton Heston said that?
Yeah.
I'll do my time and get out and be right back at it, isn't it?
Well, let's hope that ever happens.
If it would, that's how it would be, The Frying 420. Yeah. Cheers, everybody in the chat. There, Rusty Nels is sharing a link there. Everybody click on that. School of Crops in the chat. He's got a good channel. He's been trying to, I believe, trying to get some followers. So definitely check it out. Rowdy put the Let's Be Buds up there. The Ryan 420 said he's talking about the things you like from Taco Bell, them sugar balls, they got the stuff in them.
Oh yeah.
And he said they ripped him off on his balls, so everybody's getting ripped off on their balls, man.
Damn.
It ain't just me. See what I mean, Dan?
Hopefully.
Art man sees what's going on. There's a pattern here.
Laugh about it, right?
You guys see person scrubs. I know they all hear it.
Don't put me in on it now.
Yeah,
May your balls overflow from here on out.
That's
I
it.
don't
Come correct when it's ball time.
wishing you the best in the rest of the year.
That's it. Oh yeah. Cool, man.
I don't know how you guys walk around with them things.
Oh my goodness. I love you so much. All right, let's get we'll give every.
Oh, sorry. That crossed line.
No, that's a great quote from the Seinfeld. So she's Elaine.
Tonight.
Elaine said that. I don't know how you guys walk around. She didn't know about shrinkage. George was like, I was in the pool. It was cold. He's like, you didn't know about shrinkage? And she goes, it shrinks. He goes, like a frightened turtle. And she goes, she says, it is weird. She goes, I don't know how you guys walk around with those things. And so my wife's looking at me. I knew exactly. Oh my God. That's great.
It's one of those Wednesdays, right?
It is.
Anything goes.
Look
we're
at
having
Seed
fun.
Person. Look real quick. The anomaly.
I love the anomalies. Those are
I
awesome.
just noticed that.
That is so
That's strange.
freaking cool.
Yeah.
Strange. Live long and prosper.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Badass.
Be the only one I didn't cut out of her.
Oh yeah. Well, we're down to our
Last
final
couple minutes
moments.
here.
How about we give our final shout outs? You want to go with we'll start off with Artman. If you want to give your shout outs and
Okay. Artman, 2 N's, 420_ at Instagram. I hang out over at Coco for Cannabis. And thank you for having me on.
Thank you,
oh,
Art Man.
thank you for coming on and hanging out and sharing with us. Always a pleasure. Next up, we will have Seed Person. You want to?
Yeah, I'm seedperson1 on Instagram or seedperson1@gmail.com. Thanks for hosting. I needed to hang out with some gromies, and I really appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you coming on. It wouldn't be the same without you guys. It's awesome that you come on and share. So, Collective Mary Jane, you want to go next?
Oh yeah, sure. Cheers, Gromies. Good to see everyone who's like typical normals in chat. We love you guys. Help your fellow Gromie. If you guys got clones and stuff, you can pass them off. If you're not comfortable with that, I understand. But beans also help. Pass a Gromie some beans.
Right on.
Well, yeah. Always got the good vibes. You guys are pushing those good vibes, and I got to tell you, it's got me in a great mood, and I appreciate you all.
That's
Awesome.
It's a nice way to
Yeah.
finish the evening. isn't it?
Yeah. Thunder Dan, you want to give your final shout out?
Cheers, y'all. Thanks, Martin. Crispy for allowing me to jump on. Cheers, chat. Y'all have a good one.
I always have fun time when you come, Dan. You have the same kind of sense of humor as me. Right? We cut it up.
Yeah, it's
I
always
enjoy
a
it.
good time.
He makes me laugh. I can see your face. That's what makes me laugh, Dan. You know, it's funny, dude. It is a good time.
Saying I look funny, smart. Thanks, buddy.
No,
Appreciate it.
it's good when you can meet somebody.
Yeah, it's nice. I gotta say, it's more personable. I wish we could show.
I wish we could all do it
All
freely
do it exactly.
without any
Free,
detriment.
free the flower, right?
That's it.
And
One day.
then, last but not least, you want Scrub. You want to give your final shout outs?
Just cheers to you all, and thanks for doing this every Wednesday and Sunday. Cheers to everybody in chat. Like I said, I couldn't see chat, so I don't know who all's out there.
Well, thanks, Scrubs. Thanks for showing us, everybody, showing us your plants and hanging out with us. And it's 9:00 exactly. We'll make it short and sweet. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'm Crispy Wannabe. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, over at Cocoa for Cannabis, and always here on Sundays and Wednesdays on the Smart Poker YouTube channel. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you, Smart. I love you guys.
I love you too, babe.